welcome to our clinic. My name is Dr. Alex Blue. Very nice to meet you. How are you feeling today? Good, good. Have you had a pleasant meeting with my assistant? Did you get along well? Very well. And were you offered a beverage? Good. Well, so you are here for nutrition mostly and overall health plan. Okay, you need some help with that. We will discuss everything today. I will keep you for a while with me. And we will start by opening a file for you in my database. Just a second. Which I will fill in as we discuss. So I will sometimes have to look at the laptop. And as always, we begin with basic introduction questions, such as your full name, please. Okay. Date of birth. Okay. Primary residence. Street, number, building. Okay, good. Mobile phone. Email address. Primary physician name. Okay. Now a bit more in detail. Do you have any illnesses, recurrent ones, chronic ones? Okay. You tend to have to catch a cold often during the year. Okay. And some dermatitis. Okay, we will fix that with nutrition, but in due time. For now, I am just getting an impression over your overall state of health. Any past and or ongoing medication? Okay, just the usual. Okay, usual. Nothing major. Oh, yeah. So you took that for your emotional well-being? Okay, that's a good idea. I approve. How long have you been taking those? And have you had improvement and or aggravations because of this treatment? Okay, let me write just a few words here. Any supplements? Okay, vitamin D, very well. Okay. Vitamin D, magnesium, good. Omega fatty acids, good. Do these work for you generally? Do you feel better when you take them? Do you feel like they are helping? Okay, good. You seem to have a pretty good idea of how to take care of yourself in terms of supplements and medication, and I'm sure that we can fix your nutrition too. so that you will feel better in all areas. Now I will add to these the information that I have received from my assistant, the ones that she gathered from you before. So just 1 second, let me fill in your height, current weight, and she took your measurements in terms of bone mass, muscle mass, and squishy mass. Oh no, do not feel embarrassed at all. Listen, don't feel embarrassed about these numbers. I mean, the squishy mass being bigger, the muscle mass not being so well developed. Let me explain my approach on this matter in the issue of extra weight and how we look with it. First of all, when I am looking at an overweight person, which is not your case, I mean, you do seem to be a bit rounder than maybe it would be advisable, especially when you advance in age, but it's nothing morbid about you, okay? So relax. And the way I like to look at people when they are overweight, slightly overweight, is I am looking through the eyes, the perspective of a therapist. So I do not see an ugly person, never ever, okay? And I rather see an organism in distress. I see a situation that it's not maybe beneficial for the person in case, and for this reason I do not have a rejective reaction, but rather I hold an interest and care about how this situation can be improved. You see? So when I look at you, and okay, I do notice that you have some weight extra that you could lose so that you will feel better, happier, healthier. I do not see it as ugly, okay? I see maybe a dysfunction, and I am interested in correcting it so that I can help somebody, help their lives, and be of service to somebody else, to another human being. So another thing that I would like to say to you in this respect is that, and maybe here you can join me in this approach, your body is not your enemy. Your body has worked for you in your behalf, for your benefit, for every second of your life since you were conceived, and it will continue to do so until your last second of life. So regardless of how you treat it, what you feed it, how you talk to it, how you see it, how you relate to it, your body will always serve you. It cannot do otherwise. It will do its best to take whatever you have given it in terms of nutrition Either you have a healthy salad or you have some junk food, and we'll do everything to convert that food into energy, into muscle, into hydration, and also will do its best to take away the waste resulted, and to help you stay healthy for as long as possible, and put the dangerous substances or the waste or whatever you cannot use and cannot eject, put it in places where they do not consist in a threat for you. So, for example, fat. Your body will try to put it as far away as it can from vital organs, for example, and so it will place it on your thighs, on your lower belly maybe, and other parts. And if it has no other options, it will start to store it in other places too. So the fat that you hold is actually a proof that your body is doing its work, and that is serving you. So because of this lifelong loyalty, it will be in your benefit to start to see your body as a servant, or in an even better approach, as a friend. If you decide to see it as such, so instead of calling it names every time you look in the mirror and blaming it and feeling ugly, and in this way causing further and furthermore separation between yourself and yourself, it is wiser to start to appreciate it and be grateful for its service. How do you feel about that? And maybe start to help your body help you. You like this idea? Very well. I think it's a wiser, more positive way in looking at your body, and even at the fat layer. Okay, and yeah, I do understand that we are all concerned about the aesthetics, how we look, how beautiful we are. But even here, forget about beauty. Shift your focus from beauty, because beauty, it is always an outside standard, one that you keep on trying to achieve, and this standard is temporary. It is imposed by fashion trends. To be honest, is mostly imposed by economical interests, commercial interests. So instead of trying to please other people who only have their bank accounts in concern and not your health, how about you focus from being beautiful to being healthy? Because health will and can always be only beautiful. So focus on a proper weight for your figure, strength, clarity of mind, flexibility of both muscle and mind, emotional balance, crucial, and a fulfilling life to your best. So when you are healthy in all these areas and you beam with energy and positivity, You will always be beautiful in your own divine given, individual, unique way. You're one of a kind. There is nobody else like you. So let's shift from beauty to health. Do you agree? Good. I'm very pleased that you are open to receiving new perspectives and have wiser, more beneficial to you approach on this matter. Okay, so we are done with the basics. Let me put this. This will go into your physical file. And let's see. Let's now see about your current health situation. And I have a questionnaire. And how would you rate your present health from 1 to 10? Okay. Let me write a few things so that I can keep track of where I've met you and where are we going. Okay, so you are 6, 7, depending on your days. Where are you most dissatisfied or even concerned about your health? Okay. That dermatitis is bothering you. Recurring headaches. Yeah, I will add them in the other section too. Recurring headaches. You feel mostly tired and sleepy. Yeah, that definitely has to do with your insulin levels, especially if you tend to be a binge eater, but we will talk about it. Now, I need description. You can be as detailed as you want about the way you eat in the present. I will write down the main ideas, but feel free to tell me anything. I am interested in when do you eat during the day? What do you eat, obviously? When do you eat? Okay, so you try to be organized, but kind of losing the battle towards the evening. Understandable. What do you eat? Oh, good old coffee. Everybody's into coffee, or most of the people. Okay. Do you have snacks? You do. Both solid and liquid ones. I mean, I'm interested in if you drink sodas or sweet juice, whatever, smoothies, things like this. Milk. Okay. Yes, everything counts as calories. Anything, even a small candy. That is why it is important for our collaboration that you tell me these things. Never be ashamed, never be embarrassed. Just tell me. If you binge it, even a biscuit or something like this, just everything counts. When do you feel that you are losing this battle? When during the day you feel most prone to grab something, usually something of high empty calories? Okay, around 12. Around 6, 7 in the evening. Yeah, your glucose level in the blood fluctuates. Whenever it drops, you feel the need for fuel. But because you have already eaten something that spiked your blood sugar and thus insulin was secreted, as long as you have insulin sitting in your bloodstream, you cannot tap into your fat deposits for energy. And you will be empty of energy and need it, and so you will reach for the quickest way to become hyper again. Yeah. Yes, have you noticed? It's not really a good feeling of feeling energetic and clear and able to do stuff. It's actually a hyperness, agitation, yeah, that you get after ingesting sugar, carbohydrates, pastry, something like this. Yes, I'm actually very pleased that you have noticed this. It means that you are already in tune with what is happening in your body, and that you are able to observe those processes, and so you will be able to modulate them, change them if you want. So good for you. What have you tried already in order to lose weight? Everything. Don't we all? Fasting has benefits, but yeah, it has some perks that you have to know about and take into consideration. Okay, all sorts of diets. Yeah. Okay. Level of physical activity in the present. Not so much. Okay. You work in an office. Yeah, maybe, yeah, over hours. Okay. You have a car. Yes, a car is very good to have, but it can also limit your physical activity to almost none. Everything is fixable, don't worry. You just have to want it, act upon it. Your sleep pattern. Yeah, that is totally not enough, and most likely it is not proper quality time of sleep. Yes. It might have to do with that eating late in the evening, you know, because when your blood sugar spikes and you get restless, even if you are tired and your body would like to shut down, it cannot because it's pumped by the sugar that you have ingested. And it needs some time to process that. And even if you do fall asleep, you will not have a deep sleep. Yes. It's good to become aware of things so that we can change them. There is no blame. Just realize what is good for you and what is not, and choose to do differently. Okay, in this point, I need to know a few general things about your life, like your job satisfaction, financial satisfaction, relationship status. Do you have children? Do you have pets? Things like this. And the reason why I am asking not only about your food choices, and also about your emotional well-being is that all these aspects of your life converge and play a role in your daily choices, including the food choices, obviously. So, your emotional well-being is influenced by certain hormones. From a hormonal point of view, the human life sits on 4, let's call them pillars of strength. So I have this flyer for you, and these things are also written here, and you will take this flyer with you, and so that you can read anytime you will need some guidance. So as I said, the 4 pillars of strength from a hormonal point of view. And we have oxytocin, which I'm sure you have heard about. And as it says here, it is often called the love hormone and plays a crucial role in social bonding, love expressed towards our dear ones and pets. That's why I asked about pets, because sometimes a pet can fill in the gap that you have by being single or by not having your family around. It also plays a role in birth and postpartum period, but this is not our case here. The second one, it's called vasopressin, and it plays a decisive role in regulating body fluids and blood pressure. In terms of your emotional well-being, vasopressin activates the brain's reward system. In both men, male and females, but mostly, especially in men, vasopressin is triggered by satisfaction in the job field and the career area and in sports. So it counts as the hormone released when you manage to complete a difficult task, be it a project in your job or a satisfying workout. And it is released, therefore, when you achieve completion and satisfaction from a specific task that you have put your mind to. And serotonin. Yes, everybody has heard about the serotonin, the feeling good hormone. So it is a neurotransmitter. It is involved in regulating various bodily functions, including overall mood, sleep, appetite, and digestion. Serotonin is produced in the brain and in our intestines. So, yes, correct. Our intestines count as a second brain, which is why the gut health is very important. It has a direct impact on our emotional state. And the fourth pillar of strength is the GABA. Yeah, the GABA, which is actually a neurotransmitter, not a hormone. And it is a chemical messenger inside the brain that helps to calm the nervous system by blocking specific signals. It helps to modulate the release of certain hormones, those involved in growth. And regarding the behavior, GABA counts as the capacity to tell myself no. Yes, right. You can see why the GABA would play an important role in your food choices. Yes, and other choices throughout your life, but in this case, the food choices. So you have those four pillars of strength, hormone ones and neurotransmitter ones, and this is why I need to know a few things about your emotional well-being in the areas that I have just mentioned. So let's start with oxytocin, family, friends, romantic relationships. Do you have children? Okay, do you have any pets? Tell me a bit. I will, you can be as detailed as you want. I will just write a few main ideas. Oh, you do have a cat. Very nice. I love cats. Cats are my favorite animal. Okay, good. You go out with friends quite often. That's nice. So you do have a support group. Yes, of course. I mean, we cannot be best friends with everybody and have profound connections of quality of heart. But it's good to have a few people that you can go out for a meal. Okay. Job situation and financial situation. And yeah, this is the vasopressin part. In general, talk about these two in general terms, of course, because I do not want any numbers. I just want to know about your emotional stance regarding those aspects, your career, your finances. Do you feel okay in your field of work? Do you have any anxiety regarding your economic state? Okay. So you've been struggling a bit. Okay, yes. You applied for a house. That's nice. Which comes with a lot of pressure. Yeah. Yes, I understand, of course. Okay. Now, I think we can pair the serotonin and the GABA in this question. Your general view on life. Would you say that you are an optimist person, a negative one, an anxious one, a confident one? Do you have resilience? Do you bounce back quickly when bad things happen to you? Things like this. So you do get some anxiety. That's normal. Oh yes, I totally agree. Optimist realist is the best stance, in my opinion, too. Yeah, not lose track of reality, but not become too obsessed about bad things that could happen and might not ever happen. Well, yes. Yeah, in this point, when you have told me these things about you and your life, I can pretty much evaluate the function of the hormones and neurotransmitters that I have mentioned before. Yes, you do seem to be out of balance with both your finances and your romantic life. Yes, these two areas, of course, are very important, but they are fixable if you pair up intention with intuition and with action. Yes. Yes, of course. In terms of being single for the moment, yes, single is the best time to regroup and focus on yourself. So you did good in deciding to take care of your physical appearance and your health now when you do not have a partner. If you want to support this evaluation of your current situation, we can also run some laboratory tests regarding those hormones and neurotransmitters. We can have a clearer view of how they work in your body. No, it's nothing too big. Your insurance will for sure cover it, and there won't be any big effort on your part. No, don't worry. No, these do not require blood analysis. We can determine those markers from urine. Yes. Nobody will put a needle on you. That being said, it is time to speak about our plan for your weight and physical activity, the collaboration that we will have together. The way I like to work with my clients is that I want us to have a relationship between adults, okay, where my expertise and guidance will assist you into achieving your own targets, your own goals for yourself, your own expectations. I am, of course, accountable for my advices and the plan that I will give to you, and I will be next to you every step of the way to guide you and support you and encourage you when you will maybe lose track a bit, because it happens. And I do realize that we need an anchor when we are on the path of achieving quite difficult maybe tasks. We all need help, and it's good to ask for it, and it's good to know how to receive it, and I will give this help to you. But of course the work, the actual work and the determination will be your responsibility. Is this approach comfortable for you? Yes? Okay. Yes, of course. Okay, I like that. I like that you are willing to take responsibility for your actions, and together with my help, I'm sure that we can do great things for yourself. Good. In terms of eating habits, I am not for completely eliminating carbohydrates, because you will stumble upon those for the rest of your life, forever. They will always be around, and it is better to be used, both your mind and your body, to be used with carbohydrates, and learn to manage the intake more than always trying to run away from them. I am for a calorie deficit for sure, but not a restrictive one. I'm not for frustrating diets. I'm not for making you overly hungry. Even though you will for sure obtain fast results by cutting food to a minimum, on the long run these results will not last. They cannot be sustained. Your body at some point will ask for nutrition, and as you have noticed in your nutrition past, you always relapse, right? Yes. Yes, you have achieved your dream weight a few times, and you have always lost it when you relapse. Yes. This is why you do not need another diet, but rather you need to completely reshape the way you see, the way you relate with food, the way you see it, the way you make it part of your life, the way you shift it from being main focus to just being something that sustains your life and your energy and your body, and support your need for pleasure and comfort with other areas of your life, such as job satisfaction, sentimental satisfaction, romantic satisfaction, and so on. Yes. Yes, food is a quick fix, but it has it takes its toll. Have you heard of the McDonald's test? Well, at some point there was this test conducted that wanted to see the impact of junk food over the human organism. So there was this guy that only ate McDonald's for a while. Anytime he was hungry, he would eat McDonald's. And what do you know? He actually lost weight. Yes, he lost weight because he didn't eat that much. I mean, he only ate junk food, but still he was under in caloric deficit. And so he lost weight because his body needed more energy, so it turned to the stores, the fat stores that it had. Yes, it is possible to lose weight if you eat only junk food, only if you eat small amounts of it. Yes, but the catch is that your body will not be nourished. I mean, if losing weight is the only target, the only goal, yes, you can definitely lose weight eating donuts and maybe a hamburger, but you need quality substances for your muscles, for your bones, for your brain, for your hydration, and this cannot be obtained from empty calories, from junk carbohydrates. So that's the catch. Yes, to conclude and to summarize, it is a matter of calories in versus calories out, and daily food intake is the primary tool in working towards having a lean figure. Yes, there is no way around food. Even if you do not do any exercise at all, if you take care of your food, you will see major improvements. Yes. So, going back to your present feeding and exercising habits, we will do no major changes. I don't want to stress you out, especially since you are maybe feeling a bit lonely these days, and you have this difficulty with finances that you have told me in the pursuit of getting this home for you. So we will do slow, steady steps. I don't want you to get crazy hungry. I don't want you to feel effort. I mean, the general idea and perspective is that you need to work hard for whatever it is that you want. But actually, we as humans are hardwired for pleasure and comfort. And it takes a very strong will to be able to override this drive that we have. So effort is not something that many people can do for long periods of time. So even though you might be able to push yourself and achieve some of your goals by working hard every day, you will stress your nervous system out, and at some point you will collapse. So it's better to be steady, to find ways to do things in a way that you can maybe not fully enjoy, but at least you won't feel it as a restraining effort. So, since at this moment you do not have any diet and any exercise going on, I propose that we start with a 2 weeks beginner phase. in which we won't change your nutrition at all. Yes. And we will only add a bit of physical activity on daily basis, and we will also add an exercise of self-awareness. How does that sound? Yes. I don't want to start with the nutrition because you need some adjustment time. And I know that although the nutrition is the most important one, because it's so big and it's so very well rooted in our behaviors, it's better to come in lighter and start with other things. And by introducing a small physical exercise and a self-awareness exercise that will serve you for the rest of your life, I think we have better chances into achieving your goal. So for the physical exercise, I want you to walk every day for the count of at least 10,000 steps. You can find apps, counting steps apps. Take whatever you like, whatever feels nice for you, and do those 10,000 steps of walking every day. You can walk outside, which would obviously be better because you also get some air and you get some sun, and you are kept interested and present by whatever is going on around you in the surroundings. But if it's not possible, or if it's not possible for the totality of the 10,000 steps, then for sure you can get to a treadmill and do the steps in this way. Would that be something that you can achieve? Okay. Yes, take the steps instead of the elevator. Let the car home and go grocery shopping, buy food. Just take a walk. Maybe when you go out, when you finish your work, maybe go out for a walk just to clear your mind and get a bit hungry. 10,000 steps is nothing. You will see. You will achieve them in no time. And for the self-awareness part, you will have a few questions. So whenever you feel like you need to eat anything, just pause, stop for a second, pause, and ask yourself these questions. The first question would be, how am I feeling right now? Yes. How am I feeling right now? This is an important question because obviously the way we feel influences our behavior. And there are two small structures in our brain. They work together to regulate this relation between emotion and behavior. Again, you have the flyer, and you have this information here. You can revisit it anytime. The two structures, you have the amygdala, which processes emotions, particularly fear and aggression, as well as memory and motivation. And you have the hypothalamus, which is a vital part of our brain, and it's responsible with maintaining the homeostasis, the balance, the body's stable internal environment, by communicating with the nervous system and the endocrine system. Yeah, I know it sounds a bit complicated, but just in a very simplistic way, the amygdala registers emotions. The hypothalamus is responsible with keeping the balance, the equilibrium, okay? By the way, neither of these things, these structures, are able to differentiate between what a human sees as positive emotion and what they see as negative emotion, okay? They just register a spike. So the hypothalamus receives a strong neural input from the amygdala. It cannot differentiate positive, negative. It just registers a spike, a jump from the equilibrium baseline, emotional baseline of the organism. So yes, it is unuseful information, because you realize in this way that your body does not know if you emotionally feel something pleasant or unpleasant. The hypothalamus just knows that you are out of balance and out of the comfort and balance area into a stress area. The need to eat even when you are feeling cheerful and optimistic and vibing and seemingly happy, because as we said before, sometimes it's just a hyperness. It's not an actual state of well-being, but it's rather a hyperness. And guess what? The hypothalamus must activate the autonomic nervous system, and this system has, your nervous system has two branches. It has the branch of sympathetic system, which decides, it's the fight or flight area. Here you decide if you need to fight the stress or flee from the stress, whatever the stress and the danger perceived might be. And the other branch is the parasympathetic system, which is responsible for calming down, for rest and digest. And as you might already have realized, the compulsive eaters, the binge eaters, react to this spike of emotion with the parasympathetic system, the need to calm down this spike, this out of balance state, and they calm it down with food. What else? And that is the loop. So here your already self-awareness will be very useful, because by asking the question, how am I feeling right now, you will become aware of the fact that you are feeling a bit out of balance, a bit restless. The thing that I want you to register is the agitation, which does not depend on the negative or positive emotion behind it. It's an agitation, a restlessness. So this becomes the cue. This restlessness will automatically, without conscious mind, determine your behavior, which will be eat. What do I have to eat? What do we have good around here? Where's the fridge? Where did I put those biscuits? And so on and so forth. The chain will unfold, and the established behavior, the by default behavior will happen. It is fascinating, yes. I am glad that you are able to see it with a pinch of humor, because it will make it so much more easier to work upon than seeing it all doom and gloom and impossible. And yes, good. Another question. So we go back to the self-awareness exercise that I want you to do in those 2 weeks that follow. Another question would be, am I really hungry? Yes. From a scale from 1 to 10, how hungry I am right now. You did observe that very well. Yes. Fake hunger tends to fly around your head because it's not an organic thing. It's not of the body, but it's of the mind. So if you pause and look inside and observe yourself like you would look upon a park, upon a lake, you just observe. And you will feel that this so-called hunger is actually an idea circulating somewhere in this area. It doesn't have an organic correspondent, as opposed to the real hunger when your body says, okay, I need some food right now, which you will feel it mostly around your belly area. Humans actually need very little food, if it's good quality food. Yes, I have to state this again because it's important. If you eat the well-known proteins, good fats, and some vegetables and maybe fruits to go with it, it's a whole discussion. We will have it when you come to the next appointment after the 2 weeks. When you eat good food, your body is nourished and you will not have crazy hunger. Maybe once a day you will feel the need to really eat and not fantasize about eating. So, as I said, from a scale from 1 to 10, how hungry I am, and try to eat only when you see yourself as being hungry around a 7 maybe. If you can go further, very well, but around a 7. Try to eat at that level of perceived hunger. Another question that I want you to ask yourself when you are feeling agitated, restless, and you think, I need some food, I want to eat, ask yourself, am I thirsty? Because, as simple as it might be, very often we confuse signals. We are actually thirsty and we grab food instead of grabbing water. And yes, we live and thrive with water, not coffee, not sweet beverages, not milk, not wine, but water, yes. Yes. So another question that I want you to ask yourself in this little self-awareness exercise when you are eating is, as you are chewing the food, register, observe, and ask yourself, do I really like this food? In terms of smell it. In terms of taste, in terms of texture, consistency. Do I really like it? Do I really like what I'm feeling? Do I like the taste of it? Do I like how it makes me feel? Okay? Is this food really satisfying for me? And you will realize soon, and the more you practice, the more it will become your natural behavior, that you do not actually want to eat those things anymore. And that will be a magical point for you. Okay, this is your homework for the 2 weeks that follow. The 10,000 steps a day, outside or inside, you decide. And the self-awareness exercise whenever you eat. So you will learn to do things willingly, effortlessly, and even with pleasure. Yes. Our meeting is complete. Do you have any questions or requests before we close? Yes, you will take the flyer with you, and in the flyer you have all the information we have discussed that you can revisit. Please book your next appointment with my assistant on your way out in 2 weeks from now. And since it will be a follow-up, you will not pay for the next appointment, okay? Good. Yes, I am very pleased that I have met you too. I hope that we will have a good and positive and beneficial collaboration for you. And we keep in touch, whatever you need, okay? And I'll see you soon, and I wish you all the best. Yes. Bye bye.